Wait for it. Hey everybody, my name is George. I am the owner of GK Photography here in New Orleans, and I have a new podcast that I'm introducing. We've got quite a few episodes already live, but I'm doing a call out right now to anybody who is in the creative field. You don't have to be a photographer. You can be a painter, you can be a florist. You can be a wedding planner for that matter. If you're in the creative space and you have a business, 5 years or older, I want to talk to you. I do. So message me. You know how to find me. I'm easy to find, but it's a call in. You don't have to do video, but I would love to hear about your journey, how you started, maybe some failures. How did you recoup? I love this part. That's how the drums come back in. I'm a drummer, by the way. Wait for the 16th notes. Yes! So this is my intro. This is my outro music. You'll hear the intro when you hear an actual podcast. But I'm looking forward to speaking to you, and we'll go from there. We can solve the world's problems together in our industry, in your industry, in the government. I don't know. Just let me get some callers in here, man, and we can definitely chat. So I'm gonna throw something out at you. Okay. I used to teach seminars, private events back in the day, and I love teaching. I really do. I really enjoy helping people learn this craft. I've been a pro photographer for 31 years, and I have a lot to share. I'm still in business. I'm still rocking my dreams, and I want to help you make yours. So that being said, I'm offering something that you probably haven't heard anywhere. I want to be your mentor. Period. You have to pay me. You just need to come be a guest on the podcast and let's talk. You have questions? You have lighting questions? You have business questions? You have contract questions? You have insurance questions? I'm here, okay? So while this dude of 31 years, self-employed, only income for 31 years, by the way, I'm still doing this wonderful craft. I'm still doing weddings. I'm still doing live events. I'm still photographing bands. I photograph food. I photograph children, high school seniors. I pretty much photograph everything because that's how you pay the bills. Phone rings, you say yes. You know what I mean? So moving past the podcast, this is bleeding into another situation that I am in right now. I am a Fuji photographer as of the last, 7 years? My favorite of the Fuji cameras so far, I've had the X-T3, the X-T4, and now the X-H2S. And I did rent the X-H2. The difference in those two cameras is file size. It's like double the file size. You can see that sharpness, that quality difference in a larger file size. And I love my Fuji images. I gotta be honest, man. It's some of the best color. And I'm a raw shooting photographer. Okay, I shoot raw. And I love being able to manipulate in the background. You can do that way easier in raw, in Capture One or Lightroom, rather than in a JPEG. Some people will say, just tweak your settings in the camera and roll with it. I can't. I do a lot of contract work, so I need to have the control to make sure that what I'm delivering to my client is what they're looking for. And I just don't trust the JPEGs to do that, But this image right here is a recent family I photographed, and I love this image. The colors are amazing. That golden hour when the sun is real low, you get this. When you get a beautiful day, you get beautiful people in front of you. Come on. This is just incredible. However, I'm not a brand snob by any sense of the word. I was Canon for 24 years, before I went to Fuji, and I sprinkled Fuji with my X-T3. I got that only one lens, and I just wanted to use it on a wedding for some candids, just to introduce myself into mirrorless, and it just became my go-to camera for everything. And I'm always renting different gear. I've rented the Sonys, I have rented the Canons. I like working with different brands because I do believe these things are just tools. So you don't be a tool because you're a brand snob. I think the problem that people have is when you fall in love with your gear, that they're like your children. You want to protect your kids. And if somebody's saying something bad about your kids, I'm going to come backhand slap you. And I think that's what people do online, to the point to where it's just gross. Now people are dissing each other like they're in a boxing ring, which is silly. It's a camera, people. Like, you press buttons. So where's my manual mode mafia out there? By the way, get the coffee mug. It'll make conversation no matter where you go. Links are below for that, by the way. It's my little creation. However, one of the cameras I did rent, I keep going back to in my head, the Sony A7R V. Now, as of today on this video, today was the release date for the new Sony A7 V. And while it looks like an incredible camera, it really does, I keep going back to the R5 for the R reason, the resolution. That's what R stands for. That's that 61 megapixel image. You think you don't need it until you use it, and then you realize, oh, this is how those images, this is why those images on covers of magazines and car companies and whatever it is for that extreme detail. Yeah, it's these kinds of cameras. Look at this shot. I literally met my friend Ken Schellenberg. He had a job and I was 5 minutes away. And I was like, you got that camera on you? He's like, I'm using it today. And I'm like, can I meet you? He's like, absolutely. So I met him. I grabbed the camera. I literally just photographed a couple cars, zooming by. I just wanted to see what 2.8 looked like with a fast shutter. And, will it nail focus? Like, I'm thinking about my Fuji camera, I like to be a fast photographer. Like literally, I move quick. I like being in the moment on a wedding. When something happens, you got to get the camera up and go, and you squeeze them with your finger, and you're praying the camera's going to do its job and focus on what you want the image to be and get it, So I'm looking at this camera for that. I love my Fuji. I do. Say it together. I love my Fuji. However, this is where Sony rocks. I mean, everybody knows focusing is awesome, but something as simple as this beautiful lady here was walking away, and then she did like a little spin for me just to be cute. But I had the mailbox to the right. I had her realtor sign to the left, and I was, aiming across all of that. The tracking was on her. And to my shock and awe, that Sony stayed on her and nailed every damn shot. That I can't rely on all the time with my Fuji. I just can't. I don't know why. If Fuji would just fix this problem, I really think you would be fine. Like, people would have a harder time, leaving you. I'm not leaving Fuji, by the way. I am most likely going to purchase this camera. It fulfills a lot of my needs. I do a lot of commercial work. I do a lot of events where some of the features on the R5 I need and can use. Focusing is one. Two, say you have a 24-70. So 70 is your zoom, okay? If I have a speaker on stage and that's all I have on me, this camera, you can program one of your buttons to be APC mode, like the 35 millimeter crop, like the camera I have now. So that's 1.5 further, which is amazing. So in a click, I can actually get more reach. It does bring the file size down to what I'm actually using now as my RAW. So that's not a problem. But being able to be at 61 megs full RAW or not is a plus. Like in my world, that's a plus. I know video is good. The focusing is what I need. I know it's going to take a little bit of getting used to for me. But believe it or not, I'm not leaving Fuji. My H2S is going to be the other camera because I have all my lenses and I still love that camera. I mean, come on. This is just going to be my other bigger dog, woof, in the bag. Let me see. Hold on. My big dog in the bag, woof. I get the sound effects, man. By the way, if you're looking at doing any kind of podcasting and you're looking at equipment and blah, 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 obviously get a good mic, okay? XLR. But can I just help you save a lot of time? This Rodecaster Duo that I have, let's see if I can show you. Hold on. This thing has been a freaking lifesaver. I mean, time saver, editing time cut down to nothing. What I love about this device, and the biggest reason why I got it, is because this channel right here, my phone can Bluetooth to this device on its own channel. So when I have a call-in speaker, I can raise or lower their volume. I can click this guy and change the tweaking and all. It's absolutely amazing. The pads are programmable. I have my intro and my outro in here. I got sound effects like you just heard. You know, if we're talking about Disney World. Well, that took a second. If I pulled a really bad joke. Oh my gosh, terrible. Somebody's cursing. Oh no, stop that shit. I'm trying to you know. But most importantly, I got it for what I can do. But when I tell you there's an SD card right here, okay, you can hit record, fade in live, do your whole podcast. As long as you don't have any editing, I fade it back out. I hit stop. I pull the card out and I go to my computer. I don't even have to do that step. I don't even have to put the card in the SD adaptive slot so I can put it in the computer. If I wanted to, I could just USB-C connect to the back of this darn thing and connect to your computer. And then from your computer, you can just grab the file. So I don't have to take the card out. It's just pretty easy, honestly. Yeah, and I send it up to Buzzsprout. My link below, if you want to check out Buzzsprout, they're awesome. What I like about Buzzsprout is when you first set up your Buzzsprout podcast page, your account, you know, they shake hands with all of the RSS feeds, like Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, like everybody. You go through each one setup. It helps you, like click a button sometimes and you're done. Some things it even shows you the code you got to enter, but you do that one time. So when I have a podcast done, I punch in all the info, I hit publish, and it goes, yay, with confetti, you know? And I don't know, less than 30 minutes, I guess, all the RSS feeds everywhere are updated. You don't have to do anything else. Just upload the Buzzsprout, walk away, you know? It's so cool. There's so many more features that I'm getting ready to start using. So this is not a Buzzsprout video. I will do one on them individually later. Let me just do a little bit more work on some other features that this thing does offer. So anyway, you guys, a lot more from me. This is my go-to setup for the next couple of weeks. We're going to rock this scene. I love how this podcast duo, this Rodecaster duo, if you're thinking about podcasting, just go get this thing. Use your Best Buy card. Get 18 months, same as cash. I may have a link for Best Buy too. Down below. Click on it, use it. You know, the little baby piece of commission I get, which is what, $1? It helps the channel, man. It helps me do what I do. So I'm glad you're here. I have a lot of things going into 2026, man. I have some big commercial clients coming in town, and I'm going to have that Sony. I'm going to have my Sony and my Fuji on me, actually, when I'm doing jobs. So I can literally always show you the difference of the two, you know? And again, it's a tool. We're not doing brand snobbing, okay? The simple fact that y'all think Fuji is the worst and Sony is the best and Canon and whatever. Anyway, my point is somebody's best and somebody's worst are on me. And I rock them both. It's the photographer, man. It's not always the camera. The camera does help according to features, but it does not make you a good photographer. You know, a 61 megapixel file of a bad image is just a really large bad image. You know what I mean? All right, let me get some rock outro like I normally do. Yeah. All right, you guys. Make sure you check out The Visual Historian, my new podcast. Be a guest, sign up. See you soon. Later.